What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out. I can't go too deep into that yet because it's like, yo, that shit's still processing from the chakra systems. So those are the 7. So now we add the dynamic of the elements. So now we take it back down to the elements because now we're in a position of talking about the creation, right? So the first, like I said, after the element of thought, it's all ether. Ether is the element that transcends thought. Thought is above sound. So now here's where it all comes back down. So a human being, this is on all the creation stories basically say this shit, but they're trying to make it, they anthropomorphize it so you think that some of the shit really occurred, but it's really just all an amalgamation to get you to understand that the creation began. I'm not gonna get too heavy into that, but it's associated with the chakras. So you have the earth. You dig what I'm saying? And all of them start this way, in some way, shape, or form. You have the earth, then water is added to the earth. From the water, that's added to the earth because now you have life in it. You have life. You don't have animation, but you have life. You feel what I'm saying? You have life. The water with inert matter, which is the earth, gives you life. The fire gives you animation. That's the soul. It gives you animation, the ability to move. You feel me? And be active, right? But you still can have animation and still not be functional. And what I mean by that is, if you've ever seen a dead body, I mean, I hope you haven't, because that's very traumatic. But a dead body will still have a bowel movement when it's over, but there's no breath of life in it. So that's the example that I'm using as far as animation. You feel what I'm saying? So once the breath of life hits, that's when life happens. That's when the soul is activated. The animation is activated. You feel what I'm saying? So then you have the sound, the element of sound. The element of sound invokes speech, thought. Well, not speech, like the words have to be uttered to invoke the commandments. You know what I'm saying? Not the commandments, but the reality around you. I don't want to use certain words because it makes you feel like I'm associated with certain things that's trying to be objective. You feel me? So then from the sound you get you get light. This has to be associated. That's why there's a very pivotal point, let there be light. Why is the light associated with the third eye? And then when they tell you let there be, hello. But from there, you then go up to, after light you have thought. And then thought is what the reality is. Now, thinking is not the same as thought. I know it seems crazy because it's just like, well, what we have defined as thinking now is the ability to remember. Thought is not about the past. Thought is about the present and the future. You feel what I'm saying? When somebody says think about it, do you think forward? Or do you think from a database that you already have? That means that you're recalling. And you're remembering. You are not invoking a reality. So that's a mind fuck. They teach us to think, but the thinking that they teach us to do is off of a reality of what has already occurred in the past. You feel me? It's about recollection. So thought itself is a thought, and what thinking is supposed to be is a present tense action. Or future tense action, like it's something that should be occurring or about to happen, not something that you're remembering, because that does not allow you to think, that allows you to remember. So that dims your light, which is also why like people that actually think and they can create in real time, they call them what? Brilliant. Brilliance, light, it's all semantics in the grand scheme of things, but it has its relevance. You feel what I'm saying? So now I said that was the element of thought. So then above that, you then get into the ethers, and the ethers is the creative playground, basically, where the thought lives to create and brings you into reality. And then you have the different varying levels of the ether. As I said, you go black, blackness. You go black, blacker, blackness, double blackness, triple blackness, and then you have your different realms of creation. The deeper you're able to go into your creative nature and your creative form of consciousness, the better the shit you can create. It's alchemy. You feel me? Yeah, and it all goes back into understanding chakras. Don't believe the bullshit hype about, you know, just chakras are, oh, it's so basic. Nah, chakras are deep as fuck, nigga. And then you have the ability, you have to have the ability to understand and make the different connections and shit. You know, you have to make the different connections. So